Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta get their fast shot.
Yeah.
Gotta get their fast shot.
Hello Britball Nation, I'm Nick Wilson-Town, Editor-in-Chief here at doublecoverage.com, and welcome back to The Scoop. Afraid we've had a couple of weeks away after going away to the BAFTA convention and then coming back to find that both our camera and our main processing graphics computer wasn't working. But we're back now and we're going to try and keep this scoop, as much as we've been away for a couple of weeks, as brief as possible, because I don't know about the rest of the nation, but here at DC Towers it is Scorchio. An exciting addition to the scoop this week is that we're actually going to have a giveaway with this video, brought to you by EP Sports. Stay tuned throughout this video to learn how you can be in with a chance to winning the prize. Obviously we can't really cover all the news of the past 2-3 weeks. The biggest news obviously in the past month has been the GB Lions, the breaking scandal, possible scandal, broken by UK Gridiron memes relating to potential accusations of misconduct within the GB Lions programme and staff. Double Coverage would like to emphasise that the nation show its patience here. BAFTA are taking this problem incredibly seriously. Everything we've heard is that they're bringing in an external organisation to help out. The BAFTA board attended the last GB Lions camp, spoke to the players both as individuals and as a group, and it's important before we jump on any bandwagons either way that we remember that there are two sides to every story, and that the real thing to focus on right now is that this week the women's GB Lions are headed to the World Championships over in British Columbia, Canada, and that what we need to be focusing on is supporting our women as they head off to the biggest games of the programme's existence, of their careers as football players, and that we take this opportunity to really make the most of what is a splendid example of how far the women's game has actually come since its inception 4 years ago. The action kicks off this Friday at 7:30 PM and it will be live streamed on footballcanada.com. DC will be sharing that link and pushing it throughout the week, so make sure you tune in to see our girls go up against Finland, who bested them in the 2015 European Championships. But all expectations are that this should be a much tighter game, and GB have every chance of heading into the second round to face in all likelihood either the USA or Canada themselves. Breaking news this week in the Prem South as we learn two of the teams are going to be without their starting quarterbacks for the rest of the season. The Bury Saints have lost Fred Boyle to concussion protocol, and the Bristol Aztecs have lost their star quarterback Gareth Thomas to a recurring shoulder injury. In a statement to doublecoverage.com, Bristol Aztecs shared, "The Bristol Aztecs formally announced that due to a recurring shoulder injury, our QB Gareth Thomas will not be able to continue with the season. Since coming here in the 2013 season, GT has broken every significant passing record in club history. His leadership and competitiveness has won us many games in the last 4 years in the toughest division in the UK. We wish him all the best. For the rest of the way, we'll be led by Simon George, who we have complete confidence in, and we truly believe we can compete in every game we have left and get the wins we deserve and have worked for." Similarly, the Bury Saints shared, "Quarterback Fred Boyle is under concussion protocol and will not return this season. It's very unfortunate, but the safety of our players comes first. He is a big loss for us this season and a great leader. The club would like to wish him a speedy recovery." Before we head into the scores, a reminder that this week's scoop is brought to you by EP Sports. We're massive fans of EP here at DC, not just because they support us, but the way they support the British game. We like to think of EP as ballers for ballers. These guys are some of the most experienced footballers in the UK on their staff, so when they talk to you about kit and equipment, they know what they're selling you. If you're looking to upgrade your gear this summer season, check out EP Sports' new shop near Liverpool to use their professional fitting service, or head over to www.epsports.co.uk to buy from the biggest range of football equipment in the UK. This week, thanks to EP, you're in with a chance of winning a pair of the new Adidas range of gloves, and all you have to do so is like this video, subscribe, and enter whatever you want basically in the comments down below. We'll be selecting a winner at random in next week's scoop, so make sure you get involved. As we turn to take a look at the scores, let's start off with the Burger Watch. We had two burgers in the under-17s game, the London Warriors bouncing back from a disappointing Week 6 tournament outing to take 2 wins on the day, including a massive 52-12 win over the Cobham Cougars, while the Lincolnshire Bombers continued to turn around their season with a 50-12 win over the Sheffield Giants. In the adult league, once again, we saw most of the biggest scorelines in the bottom tier as the Stallions and Senators blew away their respective opponents, and the burgeriest team in the nation kept their title with a fourth 50 burger in 5 games played, the Hearts Cheetahs taking a 54-6 win over the Bournemouth Bobcats. Finally, in the Prem, the London Blitz overcame a slow start to their day, going behind by a safety to romp to a 69-9 win over the Saints, which certainly bodes well for the tabletop in London side as they face the Saints again in their next fixture. From the Under-17s game, key takeaways from a busy Saturday where we had 5 tournaments taking place across the Britball Nation was we saw a team emerge undefeated from each of those tourneys. The East Kilbride Pirates dominated in the Scottish Conference, while the Manchester Titans South side and the North East Academy each came away from their respective tournaments with 3 wins. It was a great day in the Under-17 game for the Kent Exiles, with both of their outfits taking 3 wins away in their respective tournaments. To the Under-19 game, and perfect team stayed pristine as both the Birmingham Lions and Nottingham Caesars entered into what we thought were going to be tougher matchups than actually were, both teams coming away with comfortable victories over the Solent Redhawks and Leeds Academy Assassins respectively. Birmingham right back in action again this weekend as they take on the 2016 Britball Under-19 champions, the Kent Exiles, in a game that could tell us a lot about the Lions' own chances of hoisting a trophy this season. Meanwhile, the Caesars have a couple of bye weeks before they get their campaign back underway, with what looks like it could be the softer part of their schedule to round out the year. To the Premiership and in the top tier, things were much as expected as we saw the rich getting richer with the London Blitz thumping a 69-9 win over the Bury Saints, while the Tamworth Phoenix put in an incredibly convincing performance to state their dominance over the Premiership North with a 48-0 win over the East Kilbride Pirates. The loss represents the Pirates' first loss of the season and emphasises that bar any massive slip-ups, the Phoenix are going to once again be taking the Premiership North crown at the end of the year. Much like in the Premiership, we didn't see a lot of action in the middle tier, though what we did see were some key fixtures that could have huge impacts on the remainder of the season. With their 7th straight win, the Sussex Thunder become the first team in the nation to lock up a trip to the postseason. One more win for the Thunder or any loss for the Ouse Valley Eagles will see Sussex side crowned as SFC1 Central champs. Our high expectations of the Sandwell Steelers coming into the season were completely scuppered on Sunday, as their 3rd and final matchup against the high-flying Leicester Falcons saw the Steelers utterly collapse in the second half, losing out 42-0. With their 3rd straight loss on the year, the former favourites for promotion to the Prem will now be hard-pressed to see postseason action at all. Sticking to the NFC 1 South, and we saw the Nottingham Caesars keep their programme's perfect 2017 alive, but only just, as they underperformed in almost all phases of the game against the Coventry Jets. They left it rather late but came through with a 7-6 victory over the Jets, but will need another win yet to confirm playoffs, and it won't come easy as the Notts side round out the year with fixtures against the Falcons home and away, and a final fixture of the year against what will be a desperate Sandwell Steelers. To Division 2, and as we mentioned, we saw a lot of one-sided matchups as it's becoming more and more clear that it may be time to consider a 4th tier in the adult game as we see a clear division emerge between the haves and have-nots in Division 2. Key results from the weekend? Well, despite having only completed half their schedule, Bristol Apache's 25-7 win over the Cornish Sharks puts them in prime position to lock up the conference, though it's worth circling their Week 15 game against an improved looking Swindon Storm as a potential trip hazard. The Glasgow Tigers extended their lead in the NFC 2 North with a 12-6 win over the Clyde Valley Blackhawks, but really we'd like to be seeing, and I'm sure they would too, a much more convincing victory from the Glasgow Tigers if they're going to go far in the postseason this year. And there you have it, Nation. That's our sweaty scoop for the past week of Britball. Make sure that if you like what we do here at DC that you give this video a share, and if you want to be in with a chance of winning an absolutely free pair of brand new Adidas gloves, that you like, subscribe and write something in the comments down below to be in with a chance of winning. We can only do what we do here at DC. We have the support of the Britball Nation, so make sure you go check out our GoFundMe page or get in touch if you want to contribute to the growth of the game. And in the meantime, of course, as always, play hard, play safe, and go check out our Week 9 highlights of the BAFA National Leagues.